Hey everybody, Jess Birken here with Birken Law Office. I am joined today by Jen Jambor-Delgado. So one of the things that Jen excels at is helping her clients with trademark, and I sometimes call you with trademark issues for my clients too. So we thought it would be useful to give sort of a high-level overview of, sort of the trademark process and how does it work. So I think that the first element of trademarking is doing a search. Can you kind of run with that?
Sure, absolutely. So first you need to know the landscape, right? And so you can do a search on the Patent and Trademark Office website in their database, looking for different words that you might want to use in your mark and different word combinations. And the basic idea is get a sense of what's out there. If there's a direct hit, move on. If your search results come up with something in the food space using the same first word that you want in your mark, consider moving on as well. There's all sorts of different factors that you're going to be analyzing when you actually get the search results pulled together. But doing the search is the first step. And you can do your own search, but then you need to have a more thorough search done.
Right, and that involves using an attorney or a search service, because just looking for the actual name, which we've talked about this in other videos, is not enough. Like, just because your name isn't being used exactly in that same format doesn't mean that that's conclusive. So there's a whole other host of factors that go into it, so you're going to want to use a professional. So that leads us to our second step in the whole process, so now we've done our search, we've done our analysis, we're ready to proceed, and now we're going to pick a strategy.
Yes.
What are our options?
Well, it depends on what your search results are. It depends on what your analysis of those results tells you. So, but generally speaking, there's a few different ways you can go. One is you just say, ooh, the field's relatively clear. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to apply for a word mark, which is the broadest possible protection you can have in the trademark universe. Another option is, there's some results out there that, I don't think I'm infringing on their marks, but they could be a problem and keep me from registering my mark. Is there a way I can differentiate myself from those marks even more? And one way is you file a logo or design mark application. So that's also a strategy. So, best possible option, word mark, backup, logo or design mark. And another is, depending where you are in your process, you might decide, there's too much out there. I'm not going for this mark, or I'm rebranding, depending where you are. If you've invested a bunch of time and money, obviously you're not going to want to rebrand unless you absolutely have to, if it is very clear that you're not going to be able to trademark what you want or you're infringing on someone else's mark. So those are three basic options that are available in terms of your strategy, and I work with my clients to figure out what's right, and we often do some sort of combination.
Okay, right on. So then, let's say we're going to file. Mm-hmm. The next step in the process, I've heard you refer to it as hurry up and wait.
It is for sure hurry up and wait. And the reason for that is, once you know what you're doing with your trademark filing, you want to get that application filed as soon as possible. So when I work with clients, I basically try to make sure the search, the analysis, and the application filing happens within the same 24-hour period.
And so that's the hurry up part, and that's because we want to make sure that we get there first, because it's a first in time type of issue.
Yes. And also, your search results are only good at the time you've done it. So you don't want to wait a week and then somebody else ends up filing a trademark application that didn't show up in your search. So once you file, now you have your waiting, which is basically from the time you filed your application. It will take 3 to 4 months for someone to be assigned to review your application.
Okay, so we are talking about the federal government here, and it's going to go slow. It's going to go very slow. So let's say you've got it in, it gets assigned to the Patent Trademark Office, the attorney there is finally going to look at it. Now what?
So best case scenario, the person assigned your application, this is called an examining attorney. They look at it, they go, no problems, move it along the pipeline. Another thing that can happen is they look at your application, they say, ooh, there's some issues here. There's minor issues, and the examining attorney will notify you or your attorney of those issues, and those can be resolved quite quickly through an email or a phone call. Other more major issues have to be dealt with more formally in a written response, and you generally have 6 months to respond. So if you're thinking 3 to 4 months to filing, you hit a major issue, then you're looking at, that's another 6 months.
This is the wait part.
Yeah, depending how long you take to respond. That time
Right.
the ball's in your court. You can respond right away. Sometimes there's reasons to wait. So assuming the examining attorney says, no problems, let's move it along the pipeline, the next phase is what's called publication. And basically your trademark application is published in the Patent and Trademark Office Official Gazette for a period of 30 days.
And so that's where anyone who's going to object now is on notice that you filed this trademark. And so the people are going to come out of the woodwork potentially at this point.
Yes, hopefully not, because
Yeah.
you've done a search and analysis and it looks pretty clear. But if anyone wants to object, this is their time. And so they either have to object within 30 days or say to the government, hey, I want to object, but I need more time to do it. And once that happens, your application is just gummed up until you've resolved things with this other person or company. But if no one objects, you go through the 30-day publication period, and then you are approved to get your trademark certificate. And by the end of all of that, like in a smooth sailing type process, you're looking like probably about a year from filing to receipt of your trademark certificate. So it's not fast.
Yeah, so the moral of the story there is get on it.
Yes.
Because it's going to take a while. And anything else people should know other than they really should call a trademark attorney and not try and just fly by the seat of their pants, right? You want to call a lawyer.
Yep, it's a place where it's worth investing some of your money in a legal spend, essentially, because you get something for it. You get your trademark.
Well, thanks for being here, and everybody go check out Jen's ebook and connect with us online, and we will see you in the next video.